All right, see, I don't know how you explain it, but this is a very good Texans defense going up against, Nick Foles had to face them. Nick Foles, who we saw earlier in the season, wasn't doing much of anything, and now suddenly this is the second game that he's put together a nice win. Why was he so successful?
If I hadn't spent the last 30 years around the NFL, I'd be like, the coaching staff's totally different. They got a different game plan. Because it seems like when Nick Foles comes into the lineup, they throw the ball all over the field. It seems like all the wide receivers are energized because the potential, and a lot of times you do have this compared to, because when we get a play called, a passing play, there's a priority based on the coverage of who might get the ball. And typically, if the priority goes 1, 2, 3, 4, there's typically not anyone numbered after that. And if you happen to be the 4 or the 3 guy, it's just human nature. Sometimes you might not run with the same enthusiasm, same energy. When Nick Foles comes into line, it seems like everyone is running at the same speed because he's going to pick out, regardless of what the coaches say, who's the priority. I'm going to throw the ball where I want to. And a lot of that has to do with throwing the ball deep down the field. When you have Alshon Jeffrey, he's averaging 25 yards a catch. Nelson Aguilar, he's averaging over 25 yards a catch. And Darren Sproles comes out of the backfield, and he makes a few big plays. Those 3 guys both average over 25 yards a catch in this game with Nick Foles. He did something special. 35 completions. Like, it's unheard of that you're going to see that type of productivity from a backup. Nick Foles this year, absent of the, starting the season, he's been tremendous because you got the 2 playoff games last year, the Super Bowl where he was able to knock off the GOAT and Tom Brady, and now finishing, man, you got to be impressed with what you saw from Nick Foles.
And I don't know what to make of it because I know Carson Wentz is better. But I do not know that the Eagles are better when Carson Wentz plays. In fact, the evidence says right now they are not better when Carson Wentz plays. So he's a better player than Nick Foles, but I don't know the team's better with.
Well, the defensive line has played better.
Right.
The secondary
Everybody's played better.
And
that's the part that I can get why maybe if you're a wide receiver and you have a backup quarterback in, you might actually say, man, we gotta go get every ball. Every 50-50 ball's ours.
Yeah, we got to help him.
We got to help him. I would understand why some guys on offense might actually raise their game, at least temporarily. I don't know why the defense is better. I don't know why a team that through the first 13 games of the year scored 30 points once and was against the Giants has not done it in back-to-back games against the Rams fighting for a bye and the Texans fighting for a bye. And the way this game ended, they're up 13. Deshaun Watson does some magic of his own. And if you wanted more to be added to Nick Foles' lore, a guy who at this point at the link has a statue and a shrine. He's got both of those things. How about 3rd and 10? Completes this pass. That's a hell of a catch, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Clowney puts a helmet to his sternum.
And Clowney is coming directly down the middle on a stunt. Nick Foles knows he's going to get hit. Man, he still steps in through, takes that type of blow. Now, everyone is not built for that.
And so Nick Foles, in the playoff game against Atlanta, 240 yards passing, 100 quarterback rating. The conference championship game, 350 yards passing, a 141 rating. Super Bowl, 370 yards passing, a 106 rating. Last week, 270. This week, 471 and a 120 rating. Oh, you know what all those games have in common? Every single one of those games, if the Eagles lose, their season's over. He's played 5 must-win games for Philly. And those are the 5 best games he's played since he almost retired. Like, I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in mysticism. But if they go on another run, I might have to. Like, there's no explaining this right now.
Maybe the Eagles just need to feel that pressure from behind to have to come out and win. But let me ask you real quick, what does this mean now for the Texans?
For the Texans, it means they squandered the opportunity to have a bye for the first time in franchise history. It means for the Texans, if they lose Sunday, they are the wild card team. If they lose Sunday, either the Titans or the Colts are going to be division champs. Like, if they had won, they'd be in line for the 2 seed. We're talking about the Chiefs being shaky. Maybe everything goes through Houston. This is a terrible loss for them. Since they came back, they had a lead and they couldn't hold it.
Look, Lamar Miller, his ability to be able to rest, to be able to get healthy. We know they have to find another receiver. Demaryius Thomas tears his Achilles. So now who are they going to have opposite of Hopkins to be able to throw the ball to? J.J. Watt after a great season. Clowney causing havoc. Imagine what they would be like after a week of rest. Now they're in the 3 spot. Man, it's going to be tough sledding for them. And offensively, that was for them to score 30 against Philly. I was impressed. How they're going to be able to back that up with the lack of weapons is what I want to build.
Their best case scenario for the Texans now, assuming they do win their division, they'll be the 3 seed. You know what the best case scenario then is?
What?
You get to go to New England in the divisional round of the playoffs. That's a lock. If you're the 3 seed and you win your first playoff game, you go to the 2 seed. So what they are hoping for is a trip to Gillette, a team that's knocked them out of the postseason twice in their young franchise history, and a team they seemingly never beat. That's their best case scenario now. That's what they squandered yesterday.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.